So I want to dig a little deeper into this rivalry Saturday and Dr. Pepper and all that stuff. So Christian Bale, The Dark Knight, and his love interest in the movie of The Dark Knight, which was a gigantic central theme in the movie. And her birthday is, that 116 upside down and backwards 9/11. Christian Bale to Maggie Gyllenhaal is 138.6. 138 for Donald Trump in simple gematria, fused with the 86. 1386. That's why they put Maggie Gyllenhaal together with Christian Bale. That's mind blowing. And she also happens to be in Donnie Darko. So you see how the AI has set, and I don't know who these people are. I remember, I'll never forget Johnny Depp talking about on David Letterman why he doesn't watch his own movies. He goes because he's up there. What's he talking about? David Letterman. He's up there. I don't know. Hang on, and I'll try to find it.
But film is great, right? The process is all fine, but then he's up there, right? All right.
This is explaining why he doesn't watch his movies because he's up there. Well, it's him. Or is it really him? Are there clones? I don't know. I have no idea. Are they channeling spirits? We know that they do. So he doesn't want to see his channeled self up there. I don't really know for sure, but I want to get back though to Dr. Pepper. You know that FANSVILLE and these Dr. Pepper commercials are all about the event, the end times. And, they talked about a storm's coming. Dr. Pepper commercial, storm's coming. And, of course, talking about the coming storm. And we showed you the transfer portal commercial, the wave commercial. So, talking about the big tsunami we suspect is coming. And they're always making fun of fake college football. And it makes you really think, especially the way college football is tightly controlled, that
devastating FANSVILLE.
That this is all about the event taking place during football season, as the Dark Knight Rises showed us during the football game, the 86ing of Gotham's team, which was the Steelers playing the Seahawks colors. Seahawks, Pittsburgh literal players. So some of their commercials are about rivalries. The breakup.
On a heartbreaking FANSVILLE by Dr. Pepper.
Because of it.
We're still gonna out-recruit you.
Yep, I use too.
So
The odds of you making the playoff.
they're big rivals.
Like the thing to remember in the vibe. Yeah.
And they're not going to play each other anymore.
Yeah.
Because when he goes down, that will be the end of all rivalries. But that one specifically is about Rivalry Saturday, which is 2 days before, rising on the third day, 2 days before the full moon. See previous video. And I do have a playlist for this date. I don't know how deep it is, but I just made one called Dark Knight Rises on Full Moon in Gemini Saturday event, November 25th. And if you go to the playlist, somewhere out there, there is a November 25th playlist. There it is right there. Because I'd added it to it.
You know,
So the first one, it's 11 minutes. And somewhere in there, I guess I'm talking about this full moon of November. But the second one on the playlist is the one I just made. So please make sure you watch it. I want to show you what the day looks like. It is, and we can look at the rising day and the 86ing day. 11th day, or 11th month, times 25th day, times 2023. It is the 329th day of the year. And right off the bat, right then, you get the 18, which Alabama's always showing that off at 6 + 6 + 6, but you have the 83 and the 33. And there are 36 days left in the year. So the entire day number of this coming Saturday has a 9/11 fused with Revelation 13:3. Literally. Remember, Donald Trump in Jewish gematria is 1189, and it's 8911. So if he does go down, then the Lord certainly did code to us something very special and very specific. If we just do day 329 times the year, times 36 days left. Not a whole lot. 329, take it out, put back in 11 times 25. That's an interesting number. Let's look at Trump times the number. He's 163464 because he's 6 times 14 times 1946. When you take his number, 163464, times the date, times the year, which was 11 times 25. That's why you saw the 275. Okay, so you have a 98th verse. You have murder code right in the middle. We had a number followed by a 0, so you times it by 7154. Told you why that is. Times it now by 329. I mean, day 239 times 36 days left in the year. Trump's number times 329th. This is 329th day of the year. Times 2023. It does begin with a 187 and ends with an 88. When you times it by GOD, since it's a single digit followed by 0, you have the murder code. You have the murder code again fused with 33. Well, and murder code fused with 32. They're two big numbers, 33 and 32. Now, these aren't things they're able to set up. They set up things up for more different reasons, but we're just looking at the intricacies of it all. Now, if you take, that's the other thing I wanted to show you. When you take Trump's number 163464, times it by 329, 329th day of the year with 36 days left, and times it by the 36 times 2023, you do get the 666. So that part is interesting. And then when you go to the rising day, which is day 331. And you see the 669613. So it begins with 66, the book of Revelation. There's 34 days left in the year. 66 is right there again in the heart of the number, fused with 76, but also fused with 68. And what is that? 68 is a reversal of 86, or it signifies the rising. And this is the rising day we're looking at, followed by 11 times 27, which comes to 297. So you do have the 207, which is 119 plus 88. 119 is Donald in simple gematria. 88 is Trump in simple gematria. But in the heart of it, look what you got. 175, which is the Bible verse, Revelation 17:5. That is in capital letters, Mystery of Babylon the Great. So it's Adam in Strong's Concordance, New Testament 76. He is the Black Adam with Mystery Babylon, followed by Donald Trump, all coded. So that's the day, the date, the year, and how many days left, all put together. Now, if we times that by his number, interesting. You do have the 153 fish, the church, and so forth. Let's look at it from the beginning. 163464, his number times 11 times 27, which is 297. You see the 8808 times 2023, of course. And you have the 98th verse, which is the white horse verse. 98's first two digits. Times it by 331. Times it by 34. Whoops. Remove the 297. So Trump times the day number and how many days left and the year, you have the 688, which is the reversal of 86 in the 88. 68 reverses, and that is on the rising day. So there's a lot of math that perfectly connects to all of this taking place. So that checks off a box. The fact that it's Rivalry Saturday, which is all goes back to FANSVILLE's Dr. Pepper commercials and what they've all been about. Now, I love the Super Bowl time. I think the Super Bowl time is amazing. I think him going down at the very end of winter and rising on the first day of spring is gigantica. That's in and around the time of the X across America total solar eclipse that forms the X of the 2,422 days of the other that started the X across America. I believe that was August 21st of 2017. And I also love I don't know, of course, in and or around the time of the election. But y'all do know how we really pinpointed how October 2nd's Ring of Fire eclipse, October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date, is perfect for the Abomination of Desolation, because that's when the album Ghost in the Machine came out, and it's all about the Ghost in the Machine, which would be the mark of the beast. So him going down now, you could have the Abomination of Desolation at this coming total solar eclipse, but him going down anytime between now and early summer, and you could kill your 2 billion from war, famine, and death. Technology, people that are connected to the technology, blowing them up like they've shown you. And I don't really mean literally blowing them up, but just systematically killing them, which they showed you in the Kingsman movies. Everybody had their technology, had a hold of their technology, and their heads just popped off. You know, Kingsman movies, people with their heads popping off. So Kingsman Secret Service exploding head scene. And that's what it's all basically telling you about, is the people that are tied to the technology. So you see their heads. So anyway. So they've given us the predictive programming for sure. So they can kill 2 billion, because way more than 2 billion are, took that. What a lot of fake people and controlled opposition try to sell you as the mark of the beast. No, the mark of the beast is spiritual demonic possession. Everybody that's a goat will believe that he rose from the dead, that he came back from the dead, and that he's here to save the earth from, 1 out of 4 people just died. So it's going to be a really big deal. And I'm not sure if we really are at 8 billion. I've seen videos where they're like, there's no way there's 8 billion people on this earth. And, but whatever it will be 1/4 will die. That is the pale horse. 1 out of 4 people are going to die, being systematically tied to that technology because of nanotechnology was in it, which connects to the towers. So that's a big deal. Plus just bombs dropping, plus just no electricity. So freezing to death, starving to death. They can kill 1 out of 4 people in a matter of months, in my opinion. Understanding the scope and sequence of the powers that I would imagine they do have militarily, and how people are tied to their grocery stores for survival, and the technology. Combine it all. Anyway, so even if his event is not till early summer, that October 2nd date of the Abomination of Desolation, at that Ring of Fire eclipse on the Donnie Darko date of October 2nd, which was the release date in 1981, October 2nd, of Ghost in the Machine, which is the iron mixing with clay. Those are big deals to look at also. What else did we want to show you? Being that it is Rivalry Saturday, of course, it's a big deal like we've been talking about. What else did I have in my prep? The real Eve. How did we miss this? Anne Hathaway. So Anne Hathaway. Really sure. So Anne Hathaway's birthday is 11/12/1982. And if we look at her to the event date, oh boy. Did you know that if you put both dates together, that's Christian Bale. That's Christian Bale's birthday. If you put Christian Bale's birthday to 11/25, the event day, it's 3222. So it's Eve fused with 322. Wow. That's a big deal. Let's go over here. Anne Hathaway birthday, November 12th, 1982. Well, I thought I looked at that. There it is. November 12th, 1982. We have to run her to the 25th also. Wow, 14988. That is just mind-blowing. So she's got the 88 right there in the days of the event. And Christian Bale, to Anne Hathaway is 328. I don't even know what to say to that. That's something I can't even really get into of how freaky that is. But okay, and there's Bale. Bale is 3222. If you don't include both dates and you now take Christian Bale to the Rising Day, 3223. That is just mind-blowing to me. Am I the only one that thinks that's mind-blowing? Anne Hathaway, Gematria is 121 Antichrist. You have got to be kidding me. Anne Hathaway. My mom's middle name was Anne, A-N-N-E, and so was Trump's. Yeah, he and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum. I tell the truth in God's word. More so than anybody else does that we can find on the internet. No free will. Hell is not eternal torment. It's not a water baptism. It's a spiritual baptism. You see how she's English ordinal 121. Then so is Antichrist. So Anne Hathaway comes to Antichrist. Also 4043 comes up in Gematria when you search her. She equals, it's the same as, or her name in Gematria is the same as 4043. Well, 404 is a number of verses in the book of Revelation. Also, when we look at Trump to right now, or to the 25th, he's 28288 on the event day. Look at the weeks, 4041. So we're now into the 404 week zone for Trump. So it's mind-blowing, all right. 12 days after the 25th, he will be 100 days worth of being 283 days old. 28,300. For 99 days, he's going to have 83, which is murder code in Gematria. One of the ciphers. Murder equals 83. He'll have 83 built in for 100 days into his day counter. Let's continue. The 2nd of February, 10th items. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Let's take a look at it. So when Donnie Darko in the movie, when the right eye occurred, it was October 30th was when the right eye wound took place in the year 1988. And if we run that to the eve of the Super Bowl, we get 88, 86. 88 being 86. 12886 days. Now, this is the eve of the Super Bowl. So then the Super Bowl would be the ritual covering his event. The flag would come out. His birthday is Flag Day. Your halftime rituals would be taking place. And then he would spiritually rise on 212, which is the zip code in Manhattan. You look at it's 3 months, 11 days. 35 years, 3 months, 11 days. So you have 311 coded. And you have 311 coded again for 423 months, 11 days. 311 again coded. So that was in my prep, and that's the day before the Super Bowl. It also says 386. Oh, Donnie Darko's October 30th is 3386 days from the One World Trade Tower opening. How crazy is that? I'll pause and show you. All right, so the Donnie Darko date of October 30th, 1988 to the opening of One World Trade Tower of November 3rd, 2014. Well, when construction started, it was April 27th, 2006, which is 6388. I can't even believe that. That's like, what? 17 years, 5 months for Mystery Babylon, 17.5. So from the right eye wound of Donnie Darko to his rising, there it is. That's the when they began construction on 4/27/2006. April 27th, 2006. That is 17 from the Donnie Darko date of the right eye wound, October 30th, 1988. 17 years, 5 months. Boom. Revelation 17:5, where Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of all harlots, each word is capitalized. 638 was Earl's license tag. Told you about that a million times, but what you want to look at, 388, murder code with 88. That's when it began. So that speaks to the what? The death. So let's run it to the 25th. 6421. 17,629. Wow. That is mind-blowing. When was it finished? It was opened on November 3rd, 2014. November 3rd, 2014. November 3rd, 2014. November 3rd, which is 33 code or 311 code, all that stuff. And let's run that to the rising day. 3311. So the opening of One World Trade Tower to the day he would rise, which is what One World Trade Tower is. 3311. 33 fused with 311 for March 11th. Goodness gracious alive. That is beyond fascinating to me. That is beyond fascinating to me. But we've been down that road before. If you take me to the eve of the Super Bowl, I do have the 86 in my days. We are going to be tracking that date. So this was in my prep. I apologize. Not really what this video is about. Maggie to Dark Knight. Maggie Gyllenhaal, then to Donnie Darko. I think what I ran was the 2 movies she was in. Which each have to do with the death of Trump, which is Donnie Darko and The Dark Knight. She's the only person that was in both movies. When you run her to the Dark Knight premiere, it's 11202. Okay. 38 is coded in that. When you run her to I don't know. I don't know what all this is. Let's just keep going. Oh, go to 11/7 of 1980. I know what it was because 11/7, 1988, it's really, I mean, 11/7, 2001 is what I ran it to. I just feel like I wasted my time and yours with all that. I'm sorry. UFC 296, which is a big date we're looking at because I just coded him at the previous UFC, and we know that on 12/16 you got 121 fused with 216, which is Antichrist fused with Antichrist. It would be rising on the 18th, which is 6 + 6 + 6, fused with 121 because it'd be 12/18 would be the rising day. I'm 22,808 days old. And it is interesting. I'm not going to get into all that. 357, the amount of verses in Daniel times 404 is 761. My birthday is 7/6, 1961. So it's, and my first address was 404 Lime Street. So this is what I was born to do for the will of the Lord. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, that's the end of my prep. We are looking big time at this Saturday. But then nothing happens. We will continue on. But I'm very, their breadcrumbs have us very focused. And they lay out these breadcrumbs. The fallen angels, of course, everything they do is ordained by God. The fallen angels, in real time, as we are here on this earth, they are able to move in and out of time. That's why they have fortune telling by channeling demonic spirits. That's what the time traveling is all about. That's why Trump being a time traveler, because once he is man, Heisman, he is man, is what spells Heisman Trophy. He is man. Who is man? Satan is man. Once Satan has taken over that body of Trump's, then Trump is a time traveler because Satan can shift in and out of time. And so, long story short, they are able to lay out these breadcrumbs for us that end up having no meaning. And if you've been following the channel long enough, then you know that. And yeah, we will move on. If it has to take place 2 days before a full moon, then of course Christmas Eve would make so much sense for him to go down on Christmas Eve. Just everybody's got the tree in the house. What a ritual around the world. The word Eve is built in because it's all about Eve, which was the title of one of the most famous movies of all time, All About Eve. Yeah. But if it does not have to take place, 2 days before full moon. Wednesday is always the biggest day for me because of the TV show and because Wednesday Odin was married to Frigg, Wednesday married to Friday. Frigg, the only female a day was named after, goddess, gods, goddesses, Norse mythology stuff. And it is a spiritual union of male and female, the whore of Babylon, or the divine feminine spirit with the male Trump rebirthing him. And they showed you that in the girl with the dragon tattoo, when, of course, she had the dragon on her back, representing the female shapeshifted version of Satan, who appears to those that run the earth as a female and has shapeshifted to female in the technology. So that would be the voice they would hear. And of course, the Whore of Babylon is also the city, that great city. And Mystery Babylon is also the spirit. So it's the kingdom, it's the physical kingdom, it's the spirit, it's the city. But yeah, Trump, that's what the girl with the dragon tattoo, they fixed Daniel Craig, of course, Book of Daniel. And he, of course, is 007, and he's in layer cake getting shot. And No Time to Die. He had the rod eye wound, and Skyfall. We should run that date, shouldn't we? The Skyfall date to take the bloody shot, where he said his hobby was resurrection. I think 11/9 is that date. And you do have the, 9/11 upside down and backwards, 11 years, 16 days, 132/16. So you have 216 for 666 coded. On the rising day, it'd be 132/18. It'd be 11 years, 18. But again, on the days of the event, it's 4,033 days from the release date of Skyfall. Yep, November 9th, United States. It's a big deal. So was October 23rd and October 26th. $133 months. Perfect. October 26th is another release date. 404 in the days. 4047. So you have your 11 years, 30 days. So you have 11/3 coded. And again, go back to the 23rd. It was 40. No, it wasn't 404. So your 404 only comes with the, that was the 26th was the United Kingdom release date. So it's 404 was 7. 7 is the number for cleansing. That's gigantic. His rising day, because the movie was about his death and rising, wasn't it? 4049, 11 years, 1 month, 1 day. $133 months, 1 day. You include both dates. To the 23rd, to the rising day. Very interesting stuff. All right. I love y'all very much. This is a big Saturday. And that's what was on the movie marquee of Groundhog Day. It said Heidi 2. We might as well run that date. It said Saturday, Sunday matinee. So let's run through the date of the Heidi game. which was 11:17 per the Bible verse, Zechariah 11:17, that tells you it will be a right eye wound. Well, there it is. 20096 is Eve in Strong's Concordance, and I want you to look 20096. They just added a 0. What would it then be on the rising day? 298. What is the 98th verse? The white horse verse. Look at the months. 66. 66th book of the Bible is Revelation. This is gigantically big stuff. It's a big day. Big day's coming up Saturday through Monday. And that full moon. Love you.